Hey y'all, welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in. It is the season finale of Summer House Martha's Vineyard to Martha. Let me play my intro and then we are going to get into it.
Work, work, work. To me, I get work, 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 work. See me do me dirt, 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 dirt. So me for that work, 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 work. When you walk a line, 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 line. In the cafe, murder, dirt, dirt, dirt. Try me, I deserve it. Let the devil lurking. Yeah. You make a like, now you don't like it. You know I dealt with you the nicest. Nobody touched me in the right. Nobody text me in a crisis. I believe that all of your dreams are duration. You took my heart, all my keys, and my patience. You took my heart, I'ma see for decoration. You mistaken with love, I brought for you for foundation. All that I wanted from you was to give me something that I never had, something that you never seen, something that you never been. But I wake up and nothing's wrong. Just get ready for work, 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 work. To me, I be work, work, work.
All right, y'all. Hey Jaden, how are you? Glad you're here. Make sure you hit on that bell button. Y'all, it's the season finale. Summer's over. Season finale of Summer House Martha's Vineyard to Martha. Oh, Martha, we had such a good time with you. Uh, but y'all, let me tell you, this episode, these people. But before we get into the review of the episode, let's go over their ratings. So TV Deets posted their ratings for this episode. They had 381,000 viewers, which is pretty much on task for them. So I am very happy with that for them. Shout out to them for keeping it going. So we're hoping for a second season. Yes, claps to them. Clap, clap, clap. Um, so I'm really hoping for a second season. And what gave me hope, but I'll go over that later on. Let me go to my next slide. So I was on Twitter looking, and there's a she goes by the Twitter name of Miss Pacietti, but her name is Brittany Packnett Cunningham. I've been following her for a long time. She gives mostly she talks about things with political, she's one of those political wonks, a political commentator. She's been on MSNBC, like CNN. She's worked at the White House. I think she worked during Obama at the White House. So she posted this. And she had this tweet here. This is an old tweet from this guy, Joey Manorino. He's all over Twitter posting different stuff. So she had there the tweet, and I copied and pasted because I couldn't fit it up here the way it was on Twitter. So the tweet was, so check this out. Most women under 30 today have been raised to do nothing in the house. They are unable to cook, properly care for a man. They're unable to do laundry without stringing the clothes. They don't understand you're supposed to wake up before the man does so you can prepare coffee, etc. Someone would do well to create a how-to course on YouTube teaching the basics of womanhood to the younger generation that clearly hasn't been housebroken. And I'm not saying this is all women, so if it don't apply, let it fly. And then she put the ghostwriter, and she had Silas's picture. I felt that was so freaking appropriate of Silas. Let me tell you something. I am in the last year of the baby boomers. I will be 59 years old shortly. And like I these things I know how to do. And a lot of women my age, like we've done these things for our husbands, our kids, whatever. And there are a lot of women under 30 that do these things. I mean, it's common courtesy for your mate and everything, and it's something that women do. But Silas goes absolutely overboard. Silas does not want a wife. Silas wants a mother. He wants his mother. So, hey, ladies, how are you? Ellen and Demita Joe, I'm glad you guys are here. Silas wants his mother. Silas wants his mother, and then he wants a woman that is there for him to so he could get it in with her and only her. Silas, he doesn't want a wife. Ain't no one else he wants. He wants a punching bag. So let's let him move in with his mother. Let's get him a prostitute on the side that he could screw every which way, and then let's have get him a punching bag that he could talk crap to and whatnot. Because it's absolutely ridiculous the way he talked to her. And I'm not going to give my usual line by line of the episode. I'm going to be all over the place because this episode, like it pissed me off, especially him. He was doing entirely too much this episode with Jasmine. And I know when he interviewed with Kempire a few weeks ago. He jumped on Kempire's live so that he could try to redeem himself. No, Silas, you have not redeemed yourself because you are a trash individual. And let me go. Hold on 1 minute. I'm gonna go over to Instagram because they just celebrated their first anniversary. And make sure you guys can see this. Let me make sure it's coming up. Yeah. So they just celebrated their first anniversary. They're in Mexico. So Jasmine puts there the last 365 days have been opportunities to listen, to reflect, to lean on our inner circle and evolved this beautiful thing called partnership. Happy first anniversary to the love of a lifetime. Child, Jasmine, child, I need for you just to give us the high sign and we'll come and get you. We will come and get you. This is when they got married. And they look like a beautiful couple. They really do. That's them in the car with some music. And there they are again in Mexico. Like this poor thing. I feel bad for her. And part of it is because she wants something. Oh, I don't want to go there yet. She wants something that she didn't have because, like she said in the episode, her parents were not married, and what she saw was the family on the Cosbys, Cliff and Claire Huxtable, and she always wanted that. And but child, we know what was going on behind the scenes with the man who played Cliff Huxtable. Yes, yeah, sound just like Marceau Scott, the same way, and Martell. They want the women to do everything, and and the thing about it is, the men that I've met that are like my age, like 50s into 60s and whatnot, they don't even want a woman doing all the stuff that Silas wants. So to me, that made no sense. So let me get into this episode. So y'all, it's the season finale, and finally we get not only an intro, but we get a theme song. I was shocked, and we get Nick's girlfriend. And I'm saying to myself, does that mean season 2? I hope so, because even when the white folks is up here, no offense to the white folks, shout out to y'all for watching too. But I'm hoping we get a season 2, and I really want a reunion. They still could do a reunion. They could get them all together, stick them on the Zoom or whatever, see who you can get. I think a lot of them live in the DMV. Get them all together and do a quick reunion. Bravo, come on, y'all could afford to do that. So here's Tasia. She is very pretty, and that makes me think about that trash Bria, and that's that Bria. Listen, I need to call Ty, that's Bria's mother, and ask her where did she raise her at? Did she listen? I know people that I'm doing this with my finger quotes that live that's from the hood. I'm from the hood, so I could say it from the hood. And I lived in the projects and was raised in the projects at one point. I know people in the projects that have better behavior than Bria. Bria is just trash. And for her to go to the girl like she telling something, but listen, Tasia was a G. Tasia sat there and was like, okay, yeah, like she was not giving her nothing. She was not going to act upset. She was giving her nothing to that. And I don't blame her. Don't let her take away nothing at all. No, don't give Bria Jack. Because Bria is just, she is so problematic. And then that brings me to this right here, y'all. Who is worse, Silas or Bria? Now, there was one point I had to put the fan on, y'all, because I'm getting hot. Talking about it, I'm getting hot. There's one point, well, let me go back. So they're getting ready for the big night, because they're all leaving the next day. So they're getting ready for the big night. Y'all make sure you click on that like button. They're getting ready for the big night. You could tell Nick and Alex are so excited about, family coming and their friends coming. And Tamina Joe says, but you know what the thing about Tamina Joe kind of, I can't figure out who's, maybe by the end of this I may figure out who's worse, because Silas kind of can be, you kind of can change Silas. He's still young, you kind of can change him. But her, my aunt used to say, was how she put it, was down in the bone, you can't beat out the flesh, something like that, my aunt used to say. But they're all getting ready for the finale that's coming up tonight. They're doing their thing, so they go out and they do the African American history tour of the island, which was nice. It was a very nice tour. They do that and come back. Silas, yeah, yes, Silas is acting like a straight up asshole. I'm gonna say an asshole. I'm not monetized, so I could curse a little bit. He's asking like a asshole. Um, and then he says to Jasmine, no, it was when Jasmine came. When Jasmine come, remember Jasmine leaves and she goes out to run an errand. I was wondering what she was going to do, but they didn't show it. And I'm hoping she lets us know what she ran out to do. And he says and Amir asked him, you hungry or whatever, was going to give him the food. They show us that. And then he says, and when Jasmine comes back, said, did you get food? Oh, a man doesn't give me food. What the are you talking about, Silas? What are you talking about? No, that marriage is not, no. I can't, because Jasmine can't put up with it. Jasmine cannot put up with that BS. Like, who said, and him talking like last episode when he says, where's my credit card? Like she had the credit card. Jasmine, girl, get your own money. Have your own stuff, because you're going to have to make an exit. Remember, she calls her grandmother during the episode. Listen, her grandmother is probably, well, no, she's a little older, so I won't say her grandmother is my age, because my granddaughter is 22. But listen, she may have a grandmother like my grandmother was, who always had room. No matter what, you come and stay here with me. She probably got one of them grandmothers like that got a place for her, because she gonna have to make a move. Yeah, yes, that's what they was calling him, Jackhammer. They was calling him Jackhammer because he goes like that. Like bruh, even though he comes from Liberian parents and whatnot, and I know how African men can be, because I have an African son-in-law and I know a lot of African people. I ain't seen none that act like this. Like, he is so controlling. He keep his foot on her neck, but she let him know towards the end. Remember, she had them pajamas on and she was letting him know, listen. Then he gonna call himself going in the bathroom after her. Let me tell you something. She was good, because me and him would have been fighting all over that bathroom. Listen, the mirrors would have been broke. He would have been cut. His bald head would have been all cut up. I would have been locked up in the Martha's Vineyard jail. The whole 9 years. Listen, because I wouldn't have put up with it. He's nasty. He's disrespectful. He's a big freaking baby. No. Now let's get to this other one over here. Bria. Bria is, she's like a spoiled toddler. She's disrespecting Simon. Simon seems to be a very nice guy. He gets along with everybody. He's chill, and then when she goes to him about the dog, girl, that's your damn support dog. That's a dog supposed to be there for you if you're going through emotional trauma or whatever. You got the dog. First of all, you got the dog up in the kitchen around the food, which I don't like. And we're not even gonna go about you getting on top of the kitchen counter twerking. Remember, she had the red dress on and she's twerking up on the kitchen counter with her sneakers on. I don't even want to go there about that. How I was ready to tear her butt up with a switch then. But he says she talks at, she doesn't like ask him stuff. She talks at him, and he doesn't like that. He says she's disrespectful. He's tired of it. He's getting tired of it. Listen, Bria, he could get another black girl. He could get another black girl. There's a lot of black girls out here, honey, that look better, that are educated, that are more cultured than everything else. Listen, there's a whole lot of them out here. So you better watch your step. And you see, after her and some, listen, Hillary Summer, aka Hillary Banks, when they got into that fight, Summer whipped that ass. Because all you could see is Bria's feet dangling and hanging out there on that floor. Look, let me tell you, I had to rewind that thing back like 4 or 5 times because I could not believe it that Summer beat that ass. Summer tore her up. Summer may talk proper and all that kind of stuff. It might be light skinned and all that kind of stuff, but she whipped that ass. That just shows you, you come with all that mouth, you better be able to back it up. And she was not able to back it up that night. When Bria called her mother and she was complaining about Simon, her mother was not on Bria's side at all. Her mother's there, Ty. Ty was not on her side. Ty was like telling her, stop disrespecting him. She was saying, stop embarrassing him. Because she knows her daughter. She knows her daughter. And I just loved all the melanin, how they brought the melanin out for that night, all the people they had there, the good time that they were having. I just really loved it, and I really enjoyed it. And I like that Summer did go and they were able to piece it out, because that's just, I'm hoping that because they were able to go and talk right there in the episode, because you know how a lot of these shows, you go to the reunion and no one has, talked things out. They're still mad at each other. They're on social media trashing each other, while the show is going on. And I haven't seen any of that stuff. If you guys have, let me know in the comments, but I haven't seen any of that with this franchise. So I'm just very happy. And then even though Bria, and the thing about it was Simon went, because he knew he was feeling a little tipsy. He went downstairs. He found him a couch. He had him some covers, and he went down there and went to sleep and said he was not engaged. And what that showed me about Simon was that he's used to dealing with this with her. He's used to dealing with that with her, because he's used to her nasty little mouth and everything else. I don't think I have another slide after this. Do I know? He's used to dealing with her and her nasty little mouth. So, I really hope, like, I know they're going to bring Bria back. I know they're going to bring her back. I know, like, as far as the Coopers go, I hope they really can get themselves together and get their marriage together if they're going to come back next year. I know that Jasmine was saying when they go back home, they have to immediately go back to, they really have to go to counseling. Yeah, I hope it, I know Demeter Joe. I hope it I don't see Simon and Bria. Right now, they are still together. Because the things she went through last month. I did a video on that when she got her N-word wake-up call last month when she was in Cannes or Con, whatever you want to call it. But I hope they get together. And then also with Alex, I enjoyed Alex's song. I like seeing that he was excited about his brother coming up and everything. I like Alex. Um, I want to see if him and Summer. I don't know if I him and Summer. I mean, they're all right together. I'm not that crazy about them together. Oh, I know the other thing I wanted to talk about. Miss Jordan. Miss Jordan, who last week was crying like a newborn baby and all this stuff about being sexualized. And she says to Nick, oh, when he asked about the double breasted suit, oh, I'm double breasted. Girl, if you don't shut the hell up, like, I'm so sick of that type of stuff. And then she's saying about Amir, and Amir even said she put him in the friend zone, but she's constantly sending Amir these double messages because all through this whole time, Amir has been sleeping in the same bed with her. They haven't been, allegedly, they haven't been having sex, but Amir has been sleeping in the bed with her because sometimes you'll see him get up out of the bed. He's laying there in the bed with no shirt on. Like, you'll see little glimpses of it. So, and he even intimated to that one in one of his confessionals, or when he was talking to Preston, like Jordan, you really need to get yourself together. And that brings me to my boy Preston. We definitely need more Preston. Listen, I need Preston to go on a Real Housewives Ultimate Girl trip. I need Preston on one of those on that trip because Preston is like, you could have the eight housewives and Preston, because Preston is a voice of reason. Preston he knows how to put the shade in, but he's like he's like that in between person, like that balance that everybody needs. I love some Preston because he's gonna give that truth, and I love Preston. So he definitely has to come back, and I want him to come back and bring his partner Donald with him next year. Hopefully, it'll be enough time that they come back and that Donald comes with him. So I'm gonna drop the link if anybody wants to come up. Um, I'm looking forward to next year with this series. Yeah, Demita Joe. I just this show I really enjoyed it. I'm trying to think if I missed anything else. Um, I talked about Bria making up with Simon because she knows that's her meal ticket to going places. Hey Gio, how are you? Because Bria knows she would not be, listen, Bria, you know you would be stuck in the continental United States. You would not be going to Puerto Rico. You would not be going to Alaska. You were not going to Guam. You were not going to America Samoa. You would not be going to St. Thomas or nowhere else without Simon. Simon is her meal ticket to be able to go anywhere around this world. So she was not letting that meal ticket go. And Bria also said to what'd she say to Jordan? Oh, Summer wants my man. Summer don't want that white man. Summer do not want me to tell you laughed at me. Summer don't want that white man. She don't want him. If there was something else that just went in my mind and left out, that girl is just delusional. She just oh, Gio. Gio, this man has money and everything. Listen, that man, he fits in with everybody, and he's a nice guy. He got to be a nice guy to put up with her and her antics and her reindeer games. Let me tell you, that girl is a total mess. She is a total. There was something else. It's just slipped out of my mind. It was just a small detail that I noticed. And one thing too, Amir got a chance to experience black people, black culture, and learn some other things from his being, which, you know, his mother was Lebanese, his father was black, but he didn't know the black side of the family. So he got to really learn some things about Martha's Vineyard and about Black culture other than what he's learned living in Texas. Because y'all that live in Texas, you know, Gio, you know from living in Texas how what the school books and all that kind of stuff, and how you really have to find out from your family about Black culture and everything, and not listen to what they try to whitewash our culture and whatnot. I'm trying to think if what that other thing was. I can't remember what was. Oh, know what it was about that when they were dancing and twerking, and Bria with that dancing and twerking in her sneakers up on the kitchen counter where the food is being made. I hope they bleached that thing down. I hope they told the people. They probably had a cleaning company come in and take care of all that. Bria, Gio said she understands. Yeah, I hope they had them come in. Yeah, listen, the whole thing. Bria, she does listen. She does all that stuff, and then she wants to point the finger at Simon and point the finger at everybody else of what they're doing, and she does some of the worst stuff. Period. But y'all, I, I'm hoping they get a second season. So for things that I have coming up on Thursday, I have my hot topics coming up. Um, we're gonna talk about everything that's going on. One big topic that's going on right now is the lady. Her name is Carlisha Hood. Out in Chicago, her and her son. A man was punching Carlisha in uh, some type of food establishment. She calls her son to have which sleep. No, she ain't gonna leave that dog. She's not gonna leave that dog. She's gonna bring that dog with her. The man was punching Carlisha. She calls her son to have her son bring the gun and have her son shoot the man. The son shot the man, and first they charged her with murder, and then they decided that to drop the charges, and they're not. I don't think they're being charged with anything. I think they dropped everything, but I need to look into it more because somewhere else I saw that they're being charged with manslaughter, but I have to look into that more. And also the lady that shot, her name is Susan Lawrence, that shot Ajike Owens down in Florida. They said that there was not enough to charge her with murder. There's not enough evidence that they're going to charge her with manslaughter. So I'm going to look more into that case and see what they have. It's just so much going on. But back to the thing with Carlisha Hood, having her son shoot that man. She also wanted her son to shoot a lady who was in the establishment as well, and the son wouldn't do it. And I guess she tried to wrestle the gun away from her son. Like that whole case. Oh, they did drop all the charges because they couldn't prove the case. Yeah, that whole thing is crazy. Like, I mean, I could get with it if she told her son to bring in the gun because she wanted to shoot the guy. That I could understand, but to tell her son to shoot a woman who was also in there, it's crazy. And also, you leave your teenage son in the car with the gun, like that right there could be like a child endangerment thing there. Like that's crazy. Like that whole thing is just it's really crazy. So I got to try to look into that more, but between work and everything I'm busy, so I'm trying to, and then I have some other things in development that I'm trying to, yeah, she was definitely wrong. That whole thing, it was crazy, but like you go and like when I saw that man hitting her, and it's clear, like there's no doubt about it. When yeah, and that's what's bad. The son has to live with the fact that he took a life when she should have just told her son, "Bring me the gun," and then she shot the guy. You know. But I guess once the guy heard her say, "Bring the gun," he thought she may have been kidding. But and his family saying that he was a good guy or something. But when someone has behavior like that, where he's just gonna hit some woman he did not know in some store like that, then what that tells me is that there were men there watching. And what that tells me is that this was not his first time doing this, that he has done this before. He's used to hitting women, and this is what happened. Someone on Twitter, and I know this is a crass thing to say, they say he went in for a burger but came out with wings. I was like, oh my God. My granddaughter was reminding me that of today. I mean, yeah, you can't, when you do something to someone, you can't help how, their response back to you. And that's what happened. He effed around and found out. I mean, I hate to see anyone lose their life, but you can't go putting your hands, putting your hands on somebody. You don't know what they're going to do. Just like you threaten somebody, you don't know what's going to happen. If someone has fear and, that's what and he actually put his, and like you could hear the punches when he punched her. It's really triggering. I mean, on Twitter, they have like the real footage and everything, and I saw it, so it's really bad. So with that, y'all, I'm gonna get ready to get out of here. Let me put on my last thing for you guys.
Say it with me, kids. If protecting my peace makes me the villain, then bitch, my name is Thanos.
Yeah, it is a shame. It is a shame. It really is. But no matter how much we try to teach our sons, grandsons, nephews, cousins, how to treat people better and be better to women, things happen. Demeter Joe, you too. Thank you, Gio, Ellen, Jaden, for coming by. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me for this past half an hour, and I will see you all in the next video.
Work, work, work. To me, I get work, 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 work. See me do me dirt, 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 dirt. So me by that work, 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 work. When you walk a line, in the cafe, try me, I deserve it. Let the devil be lurking. Yeah. You make a like, now you don't like it. You know I dealt with you the nicest. Nobody touched me in the right. Nobody touched me in a crisis. I believe that all of your dreams are duration. You took my heart, all my keys, and my patience. You took my heart.